is expected to double in 20 years' time. And this has a lot to do with the fertility rate in Nigeria at the moment, which is about 5 per woman, if it goes on this trajectory. So one of the key areas we need to look into is about, like I said, empowerment, education of our women, so that the sexual debut will be increased. I mean, if your daughter or child becomes pregnant at 15, 16, then there's no future left for her. So that is why the education is so important. Yeah, because most countries, especially in Asia, will have good examples. Indonesia, the Southeast countries, so where we have rapid economic development. What you guys are doing is so important, yeah? And I'm very happy about that.
Thank you.
And one area we need to address is, like I said, the health system in Nigeria was really skewed by the British. One area that was neglected was curative area, the preventive area. Most of what we do in Nigeria is curative. Yes, you wait until it's too late and you go to hospital. Yeah? But there are things we can do to prevent it getting to that extent. A good example is cervical cancer, which affects women, which is caused by a virus, which can be prevented by vaccination. So I don't know how this program is in Nigeria. These are areas one needs to look into. Because it's important because the life expectancy in Nigeria is about 56, which is very poor. We don't have to compare to Germany, where the life expectancy is about over 80 for each child born. And one issue to tackle is also that of access, especially for pregnant women who have to travel miles, to get medical care. But it's not proper. You also have cultural issues surrounding. Most people prefer to go to a native doctor or a midwife who is mostly not qualified, and this leads to high levels of mortality. It's about 20%. Nigeria has the largest level of maternal mortality in the world. 20%. That is just too much. Yeah? So there are battles to be fought. And this has to do with the lack of investment on the government side, which is about 2 or 3% of GDP. That's poor compared to other West African countries. That the world average is about 10%. In West Africa or poorer neighbors, they invest much more in health. But if the government is not willing or forthcoming in that respect, then the civil society, that is you and I, need to do something about it. So, and there are issues. I'd like to highlight some, areas which you guys might like to go into later. The major causes of death in Nigeria is mostly diarrhea disease, especially affecting women, children under 5. Nigeria also has tops league table in the world. Yeah, and this has to do with sanitation, by providing good drinking water, providing access to malaria is the biggest killer. And in terms of malaria prevention, you can do a lot. You can provide drugs, cheap drugs, to prevent malaria from occurring, provide nets. Scientists are working on vaccines to help, curb the spread of malaria, and then prevent high mortality rates, which you have back home. So what can women actually do? Because we live in a low resource setting. Even if we're here in Germany, there are things we can do which are not so expensive. I've taken some examples. One, like I said, about education. So I would like to see this program you guys have being extended to our children, especially the girls, that sometimes join in your symposium about educating them. Like I said, sexual debut the age has to be increased. Yeah? After laying the foundation for the education, then they can talk about serving the family. It has to do with family planning. Then things like diabetes, for instance, so-called gestational diabetes, especially back home in Nigeria. Women with diabetes, their children, they suffer a lot. Sometimes we can provide glucometers, for instance. And these are things you can really, areas which you can intervene in, like in providing nutritional advice. Because most of the food we have back home is starchy, contains sugar. So, but if the women know that they have diabetes and will affect their children, then they'll be well advised to prevent that. A third area is also about HIV risk, of course. Sexually transmitted diseases can also happen here, not only in Nigeria, but our girls are aware of this. And they can also go to the gynecologist for advice. And also, like I talked about the vaccine for human papillomavirus, which causes cervical cancer. These are very cost-effective measures which you can use to prevent premature death. And then, of course, pregnancies at an early age. About 120 million each year throughout the world, unintended pregnancies. That is way too much. And most of them in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, especially in families with low education and impoverished areas in Nigeria. So to round up, I would like to pick on the words of Her Excellency: education, economic empowerment, social advocacy, which is what we're doing today. You talked about using a collaborative approach to solving these problems. I volunteer to help you guys out. I have a network of professionals who provide professional medical know-how, as well as infrastructure, building hospitals and all that. I have contacts to them, as well as research institutes. So I'm at your service. I would like to really participate in the cooking of this soup. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. SWAT sisters,
making a difference.
SWAT sisters. Yes, we are making progress. Yes or no?
Yes.
And we are going places. Yes. And our voice will be heard. Yes. It has even been heard. Yes. Somebody said their father. Yes, so yes. Yes, so 12 sisters. So now it's our networking time, whereby we're going to meet. See, let me call the Vice President to take it up from there. A round of applause as she comes up.
The president of this wonderful foundation, worldwide, because I know we're going worldwide. Yes, Chief Ambassador Dr. Gloria Diri, the Vice President who has been up and doing. Our great speaker, Doc. We were talking just a few minutes ago, and he said he read medicine here for how many years? I was like, whoa. You read the German, then did the medical aspect. I said, that's wonderful. We're really honored to have you, and thank you for that wonderful lecture. My wonderful president, the team here, and everybody that has come to, because I always say, it's not one person's business, it's everybody's business. When one woman is empowered, the whole community is empowered. I'm really happy. Her Excellency, I'm really honored to not just be present here, but also to be part of this wonderful NGO. I'm someone who believes in women empowerment. I was in Congo 2017 to 2018 for 1 year on a peacekeeping, UN peacekeeping mission. And when I got there, I tell you people, in Nigeria we're enjoying. Nigeria is a great nation. Because when you go around, I travel a lot, when you go around African countries, you see the rate of poverty, how children are being malnourished, a whole lot, then you really praise her. Please put your hands together for our wonderful country. You know, where you see the women are not working, the men are not working, children malnourished. I was there as a peacekeeper. My duties were just to go out, get security-related information, write my reports, and that was just my duty. But I told myself, no. Each time I went out for my patrol, I see these women, they ask for little money, $10, $20, and that's what they keep doing year in after, asking peacekeepers. And I told myself, no. And that is why this is a clarion call. They wake up. We all need to do something. I tell people, sometimes leave yourself and think about what you can do. I'm happy one of the slogan, you're making a difference. That's one of my slogans. Your little can make a big difference. I could as well go there, do my peacekeeping mission, get all the money, and back to my country. You know what it is? When you're changing dollar to naira, you know what it is. But I told myself, no, it shouldn't be all about me. I said, what can I do for these people? I know sometimes in putting a smile on people's faces, your own vision can be birthed.
Yeah.
I've written 5 books, and I'm telling you, the first 2 books I wrote was as a result of my peacekeeping mission there and what I did for the women. I told myself, I cannot come here, give them $10, $20, and I just go back. What can I do to make a difference? What can I do to put a smile on people's faces, on the women's faces? So I asked them, why are you not working? Why are you not doing something? And they said, the government is not helping us. Our husbands are not helping us. Then we are just here. You can imagine children who are not up to 1 year already eating fufu, because I think the major food there is cassava and fufu. They were already eating that. No milk, no nothing, no money, poverty. You know, a country so rich, yet so poor. They have so much diamond, gold, and all that, but government don't do anything. They keep exporting it, so it's not even concerned about the people. And I said, no, okay, what can I do? And I said, God, just tell me what to do. He said, gather these people, organize meetings, symposium, talk to them. So I started talking to them that as a woman, you can do something. They said, okay, we're ready to do something, but nothing to do. I had to go to the YouTube. I had to learn how to make cake, chin-chin, all those things, so that I can empower them. And I started it. All the communities I served, I was empowering these women. I was using my money. When I finished empowering them, I give them money to start up their businesses. Some of them, they didn't have bread where to get. They have to go to the far city to get bread. But I started teaching them, and they were making their own bread. I taught them our Nigerian delicacy, moi moi, akara, all those things, soap making. And I'm telling you, virtually all the communities I served them, the women said, in fact, the women, they were now the one taking care of the homes, the husbands. The men started joining. I'm very serious. The men started joining. In fact, I know of a man who, every time I was teaching the women, he was always coming. He learns how to do soap. Right now, the man has his own company there, employing people. The women there, they started doing work. They said, I celebrated my 40th birthday last year. They did a video, and they were praying and blessing me. The UN saw it, and they said, this is the first time a peacekeeper is coming and using her money to empower the people. They gave me an award. But I was really happy. But you know, from there, it just dawned on me, why can't you just write a book? Put all these things you've done in a book. And that was where Building Castle with Pebbles and Building Civil-Military Relation came up. And that's how I wrote the book. And from there, I started writing a book. So sometimes your vision, your passion, you helping people can also lead to your... So let's try to shift from self and tell... Because a lot of times it's all about me, myself, and I. What can I do to put a smile on someone's face? Because in doing that, your own vision can be better. And that was where my 2 books got better. My foundation has been on for 8 years. That is how it is. And I keep empowering. So anywhere I see that, this vision of women empowerment is being projected, I like to be part of it, because I want, in every country, I want women, African women, to do something. So Ma, Your Excellency, I'm really happy to be proud. I'm really proud to be in this vision of yours, and God helping us, we'll see what we can do in Germany. I just people, yes, we're doing networking. Networking is very important. Some people just stay in their homes. Nobody knows what you're doing. You don't get information. You don't know. We are networking. You need me. I sample myself because I know that is, if you don't advertise yourself, nobody will advertise you. When they say networking, you just sit at home. You don't do. When I first came into Germany, I have 3 boys. I needed somebody to help me with my kids. I had to go to Nigerians in Berlin. The person who I got to take care of my kids, I got the person from there. Some of the contacts I got from there. So when they say networking, advertise yourself. Oh, I do this, I can help do this. Be available. That's what we're talking about. When they say be available, don't go about hiding yourself. When you go hide yourself, who is going to see you? Nobody's going to come to the house to see you. So I just scribbled something here, just briefly. I know we don't have time, I just put something here. As we gather here, I want to remind each and every one of you, especially the women, that you are powerful, you are capable, and you're deserving of respect. Empowerment is not just a buzzword. It is a fundamental human right, and I want to encourage you all. to embrace your power, to stand up for yourself, and to support one another. Remember, empowerment is not a solo journey. It is a collective one. We rise together, we fall together, and we lift each other up. To the women here present, I want to remind you that you are a backbone of our society. You are the caregivers, the nurturers, the entrepreneurs, and the leaders. You are the ones who hold families together, who build communities, and who drive social change. But I know sometimes that we face many challenges. We face discrimination, inequality, and marginalization. We face barriers to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. But I say to you, do not let these challenges hold you back. Do not let anyone tell you that you are not enough, because you are enough. You are worthy, you are deserving of respect, dignity, and happiness. So let us rise up together and claim our rightful place in the society. Let us break down the barriers that hold us back. Let us support one another, uplift one another, and celebrate each other's successes. Together, we can create a world that is just, more equitable, and more peaceful. A world that every person can thrive and reach their full potential. So let us work together to make this vision of our excellency a reality. Let us be the change that we want to see. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very, very much for this wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sword sisters,
Making a difference.
Sword sisters,
Making a difference.
Sword sisters.
Strengthening unity.
Thank you very much. I would like to recognize the presence of Mrs. Ifoma Esione. She's an assistant pharmacist. Jennifer Obumbiko. I'm sorry if I I'm so sorry. She's the president of Nigeria Women Association, Berlin Brandenburg. A round of applause. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Enrita Edenu Martin. She's a nurse, midwife. She's an intensive nurse. A round of applause for that. Just as we've learned about networking. I would like to encourage each and every one of us to make use of it wisely. See, you need to know people. You need to know people. And from people, you will know more people. And from there, you will get there. Because when you get there, it's those same people that will still celebrate that. Oh, I know when this lady did that. I know when this lady did that. And with that, we will be celebrated. Can you celebrate yourself? A round of applause, please. We have a short topic which is combating stereotypes. And Dr. Roslyn would like to take us on that. A round of applause, please.
Making a difference.
Towards sisters,
Making a difference.
towards sisters.
Strengthening unity.
My topic of discussion with you today is combating stereotypes. Your Excellency, Chief Ambassador Dr. Gloria Edigomodiri, welcome to Germany again. The President of TWAT, Mrs. Ebuna, good afternoon. Vice President, good afternoon. Dear TWAT Executive and my sisters from today, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ladies and our very supportive gentlemen, good afternoon. So, it's an honor to me today to stand here and talk about stereotypes, which is very, very crucial topic for discussion because it is about our collective future. And it is a very, very, or let me put it, deeply personal topic to many of us. When we're talking about stereotyping, you'll see that the topic of today is equity in action. Equity in action. Did you ever wonder what that means? That means you have to keep it going. Equity in action, my German sisters, I think you'll keep that topic the whole of this year. Because everything you do is just about equity. Now we're talking about stereotypes, we talked about health, and I want to say specifically that equity is mostly about the role of women shaping society. The role of women, not just which society. We're not talking about the world. Right now we're talking about Germany because we are standing here. Of course, the things that happen here in Germany can be likened to other countries. If sisters here in Germany get it right, they can transport their experiences to other sisters that will take the relevant things for their societies wherever they are, and they will implement them and it will work for them. Like many other areas in the world, people are combating stereotypes. The significant hurdle of combating stereotypes and achieving real equity is not different anywhere in this world. There's no difference in America, in London, Germany, or even in Nigeria. Even in Nigeria, the difference is not lots. Now let me quickly go through the historical context of this presentation, because we're in Germany, so my examples will be really based in Germany. As we all know, Germany has a rich history of women's contribution to the society. From political leaders like Angela Merkel, who served as the chancellor for 16 good years, and then to pioneering scientists like Lisa Meitner, who made groundbreaking discoveries in nuclear physics. Additionally, we have figures like Marlene Dietrich, an iconic actress and singer, which broke the gender norm in the entertainment industry. She's from Germany. While we have also people like Sophie Scholl, a member of the White Rose resistance group that stood up against the Nazi regime. It's also in German history. Despite these significant contributions, stereotypes is still persistent, and it influences everything we are doing in this country, or even worldwide, from the choice of leaders and so on. Over the past decade, significant strides have been made, not only by these people mentioned, they are just, a few that I could lay my fingers on in my head. A lot of people have contributed, but it is still there. If we work carefully, we promote gender equality. So we could deal with things like gender quota. This gender quota law, people wonder, what is that? What does that mean for us? It means a lot. With a gender quota law, we have women coming into positions. Because they say, okay, here we have 99% of leaders are men. So we want women in some places. Rwanda managed it. Rwanda managed it. They have more women in the parliament than men. In Bayelsa State, everywhere you turn around, you see men. You breed them. Even up to the most minimal position is a man. 2 years ago, Her Excellency took a march against huge political will. We have one very nice sister in the police. I digress a bit from my presentation. In the police, she called me. She said, Her Excellency is on the street. I said, yeah, is that news? She said, yes, it's big news. She's on the street. I didn't even understand what she was talking about. And then I said, okay, we thank God though. I want to go back to what she said. Rosa, Her Excellency is on the street. I said, so doing what now? She said she's marching with a set of women. They are going to assembly house. And I sat up. I said, okay, this one is really news. What's going on there? She said she doesn't know. I said, okay, I just dressed up. Before I got there, the march was over. And what did Her Excellency do? She stood up for women. She is the wife of a sitting governor. She can sit in her comfort zone and don't move it. She stood up for women. She said, we want women in there. You're not only the intelligent groups there. Bring in our women. They can do something too. Long story cut short, we have in Bayelsa State now lots of women running around working like the men. Because Madam has made this her business. So let me go back to my presentation. Additionally, initiatives like Girls' Day and Boys' Day encourage young people to explore careers traditionally dominated by the opposite sex, thereby broadening their horizon and challenging societal norms and cliches. Efforts to support women in academics, such as the Female Professors Program, is a German program, have also been instrumental in increasing the representation of women in higher institutions and research. Those efforts were fronted by people like Angela Merkel also. She's a chemist and it was her time. To contribute to more equitable society by breaking down barriers and providing women with greater opportunities to succeed in various sectors. Then you will wonder, okay, what are stereotypes and what do they mean to me? Stereotypes are deeply ingrained societal beliefs that dictate how individuals should behave based on their gender. In Germany, stereotypes often portray women as primary caregivers, and then men as breadwinners. This outdated notion limits women's opportunity and perpetuates gender inequality in no smaller measure. Stereotype influences educational choices. From a young girl, most often are steered towards humanities and social sciences, while boys are encouraged to pursue STEM fields. So they are the big scientists, mathematicians, and God knows what. The women are relegated to caregiving or simple things like tailoring and all those kind of things. We were writing programs the other day, and then tailoring profession came in the list. Her Excellency for sure on the first. But don't do that thing there. Stereotypes influences also workplace dynamics. Now, it is very unfortunate, and also I know that you know it. Most of the time, these kind of things are not discussed in the public. People just whisper to themselves and leave it. I know that two German girls face double to triple discrimination. You face a discrimination as a black girl, and then cut it down again, double discriminated as a Nigerian woman. As a Nigerian, then as a woman. That's called stereotype. It's at workplace. Then they will not pay you the wage you have worked for because they think you're not deserving of it. Even if you are qualified, you are a woman. And then you are a woman as this Nigerian of a cancer show. It's all there. But what you know you can combat. What you don't know you can't combat it. Now there are different ways to deal with stereotypes. First of all, educational reform. When we talk about reforms, in the original sense of it, we talk like reforms from, let me say, the parliament will create reforms for you or for us. The political class will decide, they will debate on it, the parliament will create and all that. It goes through processes. Hey, it starts with you. You can do your own reform yourself with your family. The other day, I will go back to Her Excellency again because right now in this minute, she's center of our attraction. The other day, she was standing there, one man gave a presentation. After talking, he said, it was a private talk, I eavesdropped, sorry ma'am. You spent all that money to educate your daughter, and then she praised him and thanked him so well. So, these are home reforms you decide to train your children. You will not wait for the government to say, okay, your daughter can become a scientist. Or we have quota that can admit 10 girls to do any scientific course, so your daughter have a chance. You can take it upon yourself. Anything a boy can do, girlie, you can do it too. So the reform does not start only from up there, it can start also with you. Think about that. Another way to fight stereotype is media representation. How do we represent ourselves before the media? We all know that out there, the media wants negative things about us. That means we have to do our best to be positive. So when we present ourselves before the media, let's try to do it well, in the right manner, formally, knowing that as ambassadors of Nigeria, ambassadors of Africa, you are representing a country and a nation, you're representing women. Workplace policies. Companies need to implement policies that support gender equality, such as mentorship programs, flexible work hours, and transparent promotion criteria. That's true, but you can join in doing that too, by not waiting for them to make your life easy for you to jump in. You can form your life in a way that you beat all those barriers and the stereotype will be reduced. So as T-Word, what can we do? We can do different kinds of programs. These mentorship programs, we can pick it up. We have all of you here in this room are professionals. I'm happy about that. Applaud yourself and seriously do that. This platform can start a mentorship program. We can educate the younger ones. Little ahas. And then we can do public awareness programs that highlights achievement of women, benefits of these women, and the diversity this shift brings our way. You were several times on a mission. You have a lot of experience there. You touched the lives of the people. You put your experience in a paper. You have done a lot. So what are we supposed to do? Read that paper. We don't just have to say, your book is fine, but the cover, I like it. And then you collect and keep them for your wardrobe. Dust go to take them. Maybe one day termites go kill them. You have not done yourself well. She has done her job. And you have your own job to do. By reading that, there must be a takeaway there, trust me. And everything you learn there, it's yours to keep. If she's not happy with you again, she will not come back to say, hey, Sarah, that book when you read it, just give me the knowledge back. It's not possible. No. That means we have our own fair share to play to combat stereotypes. Now let's quickly talk about the role of women in general terms to shaping this kind of situation. We said in this presentation, women have broken several barriers, and we continually have to state, the positive side of the work, the positive side of achievers. Don't forget to check how they achieved it. You might get a very interesting and supportive insight. It's not everything the first or second person does that is beneficial for you, but there must be a takeaway there. Furthermore, these trailblazing women can lead by example, demonstrating the importance of resilience, perseverance, and confidence. When we are pursuing our goals, we should always have that in the back of our mind, that we have people that have succeeded. How did they succeed? Now we have a prominent figure like Ursula von der Leyen. I don't know if you guys know her.
Yeah.
And the mother and the husband and 7 children.
Yeah.
How did she manage all that? Do you know what she gave me?
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't push me. So, and she did quite well. She's also somebody you can reckon with. My presentation here is to support you as a black woman. It's not to put the white one away. If you look at what I'm doing, I'm using their examples to engage you, to empower you. Because you are in this society here. When you wake up in the morning, you see maybe 50 white people before even you see one black person. So that calls for adaptation. While adapting, be cautious. While being cautious, impact your knowledge, especially to your immediate environment. Since you are ambassador of Nigeria and Africa and women's ambassador, you have a lot of work to do on that area. So conclusively, let me conclude before the second paper comes. I have already 5 minutes, but I don't even need the paper because I was already on my last 2 paragraphs. Now you want me to spend 5 more minutes? I don't know. So conclusively, combating stereotypes in general terms require a concerted effort from all of us. I made that clear the whole time. It's not for one person. We have to, have that collective effort through different sectors of the society. We have to challenge all these outdated norms. We have to promote equitable practices. We can create a society where everyone, regardless of the gender, can strive. Women with their resilience and leadership are essential in shaping a very fair society. And who are these women? You are the woman. I am the woman. Say, I am the woman.
I am the woman.
I will shape a fair society.
I will shape a fair society.
For my husband.
For my husband.
For my son.
For my son.
For my brother.
For my brother.
For my sisters.
For my sisters.
For my mother.
For my mother.
Because you are all young. I know I can be mother to half of you in this room. And then for my daughter.
For my daughters.
It is very, very important. So then let us commit ourselves to that. That is very, very important. Stay strong through the summer. Stay strong, winter is coming. Stay strong for the job. Stay strong, my sisters. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm so happy to be with you this afternoon. And yesterday we had a problem with airlines and all that. She just told me that our luggage has just arrived. They need to see us looking for where to go and carry these things. But thank God it has arrived. My beloved sisters, twat sisters, I want to thank God for this minute. I am going to take us through the keynote address. I want to first of all start by appreciating every one of you, my German sisters. You know why? When you started introducing, the secretary started introducing you, I have women of great repute here in Germany. And I must confess I'm proud of you. And when our vice came to speak, she touched me at the parts that tingled me. Yeah, she made me happy because we are talking about women who knows what to do. Women who are prepared. I'm happy that the vision came at the time that there are people to run with this vision, even in this place. And I'm very, very sure that you are all ready to run with the vision. Because she has already opened the ground. And that is taught for you. When I conceived the vision, it was on how African women can help one another. She just demonstrated that in Congo. And borrowing her word, you see, when she talked and mentioned write a book and read a book, she just gave me a book of hers yesterday. And I flipped through the book. Where is my paper? I flipped through the book. The paper you could make. I flipped through the book and I saw something that captivated me. It interested me. And it said, discover what drives you. I'll put our hands together. Discover what drives you. Finding your passion. If you discover what drives you, you'll find your passion. You'll run after it. Let me not deviate. I go back to my keynote. Resource person, Doctor, thank you very much. I acknowledge you. May I now formally acknowledge and recognize my official, the President, Antonio, the Vice President, Antonio, the Secretary General. May I recognize every one of you at the Financial Secretary, Super Secretary, the project. I want to thank you very much. And my beloved sisters from the News and Training of Germany. I know you're coming from different areas. I recognize every one of you. It is a profound honor to be here today to discuss an issue that resonates equity. More specifically, we gather to celebrate and reflect on the vital role of black women shaping a fair and just society here in Germany. Ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of justice. To understand the present, we must briefly revisit the past. Germany's history with its black population is complex, marked by periods of marginalization and struggle. The presence of people in Germany can be traced back centuries, yet their contributions have often been overlooked or devalued. During the colonial period and through both world wars, black individuals face severe discrimination and exclusion. However, it is also history enriched by the invaluable contributions of black women who have understood at the forefront of social justice movements. In this place, I want to talk about, we're talking about what had happened. You see, I narrowed this keynote address to Germany. I would have taken our Nigerian history, but to be more drawn to us here, I had to go back a little. Because we are talking about what topic? Equity in action, black women shaping a fair society. You are in a society where, like she mentioned, when you go out there, you look down and you see 50 whites on the street, black. That is the society you are. But now we are talking about, even in this place, how we can make the difference. To understand the present, today, Germany is a diverse and a multicultural society. Despite this systemic inequalities. Black women particularly face intersecting forms of discrimination based on both race and gender. However, it is within these challenges that they find their strengths and voice, driving change across various sectors. The cultural landscape of Germany is also being transformed by Black women. Artists like Joy Delaney use their craft to challenge stereotypes and create spaces for Black voices in mainstream and media. Their work not only entertains but also educates and inspires, fostering a deeper understanding of the Black experience in Germany. In politics, education, healthcare, and the arts, Black women in Germany are making significant strides. Consider the political sphere where women like Amarata Torre have broken barriers. In education, Black women also are addressing disparities and advocating for reforms. Healthcare is another critical area, like our doctor has just mentioned to us. It's a place where we also have to see how we can take that space. In healthcare, critical areas when Black women are leading efforts to ensure equity. Dr. Roy, the founder of the Center for Intersectoral Justice, worked tirelessly to address how intersectoral identities impact healthcare. And then beyond individual achievements, Black women are pivotal in grassroots movement that fight for social justice. I want to come down now to us. Right now, here we are in education. Is that the voice of the Black or the women can be more heard when we empower and enhance ourselves. We can break down the stereotypes that have been placed to limit us. How? Our education, financial empowerment, and standing out to make your voices heard. You can have the whole money to yourself and you are comfortable where you are. You don't speak up, nobody notices you. You can stand where you are. You have good health and you are not impacting on people. Nobody understands. If Gloria, today, your president, hadn't come down to this place to make my voice heard, you wouldn't have known me. And that is why, like our president, she went to Congo, and like she said, she would have acquired the whole money to herself, carry her money, change it to Naira, and come back home and build one gigantic building. Today her voice is heard, and the environment she made it have impacts. And so today, for equity, I am doing another book like she mentioned. Okay, maybe I did not start from myself. This Gloria here happened to be your colleague, a nurse. This Gloria here happened to be an educator, a public health educator. And so she is a passionate person when it comes to do with the woman agenda. She just mentioned a little. Let me help her to elaborate on that thing she told us about. There was a time, I know you are familiar with history, there was a time in Nigeria, the National Assembly were to sit to review their policies. I have my learned colleagues in the house. To review their policies, we were agitating, not just for 35% affirmative. We wanted so many other things for the woman to be recognized. In elections, to be given a place in the house, to increase the number of women representation in the house. And at the end of the day, because women were not enough in the house, their voices was not loud enough to be noticed. And so the men were more and voted against. And that agitation just dropped like that. And that was why we marched to the House of Assembly. I was there in the forefront. And I said, no, our voices have to be heard. And that is why TWAT is here in Germany. Please, TWAT sisters, in Germany, positively, we want our voices to be heard. We don't want to be identified with these issues that will not make us stand with our heads held on high, or with our shoulders lifted. We want to defend. We have lawyers amongst us, thank God, who want to defend womanhood. We want to be mentors. We want to be role models, even here. We don't want to be associated with things that will pull us down, or things that will say, hey, they don't come again. Now women matter. We want to stand shoulder